Hey friends, yesterday I read a lot of books about bats, and the reason we're doing a little mini unit on bats is because our letter for the, 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 our animal is Vincent the vampire bat. So we read three books, and we talked a little bit about those books and the bats. And we have two big words. We have the word nocturnal, which I know a lot of you know what means. Who can tell me what nocturnal means? Yeah, nocturnal means that they sleep during the day and they're awake and they play at night. That's the opposite of what we as people do. I sleep in my bed at night and then I get up during the day. But bats are asleep during the day and then during the night they find their food. And if you'll remember, their food are a lot of little insects. Bats are really helpful. The way they find their food, and this is such a fun word to say, echolocation, which means they use sound to find their food. So I'm going to read you another book. This is my last book about bats. And the cool thing about this book is it starts with the letter Z. It's in the title, Zipping, Zapping, Zooming Bats. Zipping, Zapping, Zooming Bats by Earle. Illustrated, the pictures were drawn by Henry Cole. Now, here we have small bats where we live in Georgia, but they can also have big bats, but no big bats live here. Zipping, zapping, zooming bats. When the sun goes down, bats come out to hunt. You have to look quickly to see a bat before it's gone. Many bats hunt insects. They eat a lot of insects. Each night, a bat chomps down half its weight in bugs. Means if you weigh 60 pounds, that's like eating 125 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every day. Don't be scared if a bat flies past your head. It won't get into your hair. It probably wants a juicy mosquito. Bats are terrific hunters. A little brown bat can catch 150 mosquitoes in 15 minutes. And the place in Texas is home to 20 million Mexican free-tailed bats. Together, they munch 250 tons of insects every night. Bats help get rid of insects that bite people. Bats also eat moths, beetles, and grasshoppers. These insects eat farmers' crops, the foods that you and I need. So bats are really helpful. Bats are good hunters because they have a special way of using sound. Bats make high beeping sounds. These sounds are too high for you to hear, but bat ears can hear things that our ears can't. The beeps go out from the bat in waves. The sound waves hit objects around the bat. When the sound waves hit an object, they bounce back. The bounce sound wave comes back to the bat as it echoes, and the bat can tell by the echo what kind of insect is near and where it is. Then the bat can catch it, and we call this echolocation. Echoes that bounce off trees sound different from echoes that bounce off a bug. Bats use echolocation to hear all the things that are in their way. So if a bat ever gets in your house, you can open a door or window. The bat will echolocate and hear the opening that it needs to fly out. Have you ever had a bat in your house? I have had a bird in my house, but never a bat, thank goodness. Oh, this shows us what bats' bodies look like. They are good flyers, but their wings are very different from bird wings. Bats have long arm bones with extra long finger bones. See, and a bird has feathers. A flying bat can move its wings much the same way you move your fingers, and it means a bat can zigzag fast and chase it. They can see change and move their wings. Have hooked claws on their toes and thumbs. When bats sleep or clean themselves, they hang upside down by their toe claws. They use their claws to move around on their roots, to comb their fur, and to clean their ears. Bats will keep themselves as clean as kitty cats using both their tongues and claws. Because bats fly at night, many people are scared of them. Sometimes people tell stories about bats, but bats are very gentle. Bats fly at night because that's when they can find their favorite meals. In the winter, many bats hibernate, and that means they sleep deeply like bears. So they eat as much as they can before they hibernate, and then they sleep for several weeks. And sometimes we talked about this yesterday when people explore caves, they can kill bats by accident. So we don't want to go into caves where bats are hibernating because you would wake them up. If you go into a cave or June or July, be sure to look for baby bats. Baby bats are called pups, and we never touch or bother them. Bats are mammals. Many kinds of bats are now in danger of dying out. In some places, there aren't enough bats left to keep down the number of insects. Farmers could use crops, and mosquitoes will try to bite us. So, some of the ways that we can help are putting in bat houses. And also, we can spread the word that bats are great. If a bat flies past you in the dark, listen closely. Maybe you can hear the soft, fast flutter of its wings before it's gone. Even if you can't, you can be sure that the bat heard you. Bats are great. Miss Jessica is a big fan of bats, and I'm a big fan of you guys. I hope you all are doing well. It's Tuesday today, so in a second, I'm going to sing our song.